Anywhere I go, anywhere I be, that good sunshine is shining on me. Anywhere I go, anywhere I please, that good sunshine.
Oh my gosh. Is it true that if you eat a watermelon seed that a watermelon will grow in your stomach? Because I just ate one.
I don't know, but if you eat a watermelon seed from Watermelon Ranch, you get puppies. Welcome to Animal House! Hi, welcome to Riley's Rescue. It's New Mexico's pet adoption show where we bring our furry friends that are available for adoption to help bring out the best in you. We have our guest here, Sarah Heffron, who is the executive director of the Watermelon Ranch. So please give her a big woof, 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 welcome. So nice to meet you. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having us. It's so weird being able to get back out into the public and be able to talk about our missions and our adoptables. We're so excited.
I know, it's nice to see people. And, I spend a lot of time talking to my dog. I wish she could talk back to me. What do you think these dogs are thinking about us?
Why are y'all still here? Didn't you have lives outside of here? You're here a lot. At least my dogs look at me like that. They're like, why didn't you go to work today? You could go to work now. We've had your fill.
Oh, I don't think they get tired of us. I think they like the extra attention.
Oh, absolutely. And we've seen during this whole process over the last year has been more adoptions and more fosters and definitely more people that spent so much time alone the last year that the canine or the feline companionship kind of saved them. It gave them that social interaction that we all lost. We went from being able to see friends and see family and go to work and the water cooler talk and all of that to talking to our dogs and talking to our cats and just talking to our pets.
Yeah, they definitely bring so much joy into our lives. It's incredible.
Animals are unconditional. It doesn't matter if you're having a good day, if you're having a bad day, if you think you've gained a few pounds or you've fell down and none of that matters to them. They want that cookie. They want maybe
they think with their stomachs.
Exactly. They want that belly scratch.
Oh, that's like a cutie.
They've gotten all these extra walks now and all the extra love. It's been amazing for them.
That's great. So can you share with us about Watermelon Ranch and your history and mission?
Absolutely. So we were initially founded in 1996 by Sophia and Lee DiClemente. They came from the East Coast with this passion and this mission to save the lives of those that wouldn't necessarily make it out of a traditional municipal shelter. And what started with a pickup truck and a few volunteers has grown into the state's largest no-kill animal shelter.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
It's a mission that we're very proud of. We started when Lee and Sophia were driving down a highway in Placitas, and they saw something getting thrown out of a car. So they pulled over, and they found Molly, this scruff muffin schnauzer that was full of parasites and ill and really kind of on the brink of death. And they brought her back, and Molly became our ambassador dog. She is why we got started, and she was such a catalyst. She went to city council meetings. She advocated for the dogs and cats that no one else would advocate for. And it really became our purpose to make sure that all who enter our facility finds love. And that's not just our shy little girls or our sick little boys that come in, but also the humans that come out. We want to make sure that everyone feels welcome and that if you come out, we're going to find you just the right forever friend to complete your pack and your family.
That's so great.
Did you know that turtles live really long lives? The oldest land turtle is recorded to have lived for A, 20 years, B, 75 years, or C, 189 years. If you said C, you are correct. 189 years. The oldest known animal to be alive is 189 years old, and it's Jonathan the turtle, and he's still alive to this day.
How many animals do you think you saved?
We opened our gates in 2002, but we've helped save the lives of over 175,000 animals.
175,000 animals have had their lives saved by Watermelon Ranch.
It's everything. It's dogs, it's cats, it's kittens, it's puppies, it's seniors. I have a soft spot for my seniors. I love the older dogs. I love the dogs and cats that aren't the easiest to place. We just took in a 13-year-old, 22-pound cat.
Oh, wow.
Gigantic cat.
It's a
But-
big baby.
Her owners passed away, and she was at a municipal shelter that didn't have space anymore. And how can I take super cute fluffy puppy or that really adorable kitten, but then leave that senior behind? We can't.
Right.
It's one of those that we commit to. If we take a female dog with her puppies, we don't just take the puppies. We make sure the mom and the dad come too if we can. We want to make sure that the whole family comes out of the municipal shelter, that it's not them being left behind for just the puppies.
And there's a lot of advantages to adopting an older dog too. Like the energy levels are a little different. They prefer more cuddling, more naps.
And just adopting a shelter pet, you can see in their eyes. Like once they're home,
baby.
once they know they're safe, like it's so cool to see them decompress and finally relax. And it's like, you see in the cartoons, it's that big sigh when they finally fall asleep in the bed. Like they know they're home. They know they don't have to fight for food or struggle anymore. They are finally where they're supposed to be. And that's why a lot of what we do is different than, I love my municipal shelter partners. Municipal shelters get a really bad rap sometimes, but they work so hard. They are down in the dregs and having to take in every single pet that comes in, but they love every single pet that comes in. And having those shelter partners that can call me where it's like, hey, she may have some tissue damage, or hey, he's got a really bad skin condition and eye infections and a blood disease, like, can you still take him? Well, absolutely, if you're gonna give me the chance to help save their life, like, and I know you care enough to help us save their life and not wanna just euthanize or put them down. And that's why we love working with Albuquerque Animal Welfare so often, is they will call us with their harder behavioral cases, and it's like, sure, send me that little angry terrier. We will find just the right spot. But that's why we're here. It's to help those shelters to be able to give these kinds of dogs and cats a second chance. Like, we don't know what their past was, but we know we're going to give them the future they deserve.
Oh, that's so amazing. I was wondering what Ursula's story and Midas's story may be.
So Ursula came from down south from one of our shelter partners in southern New Mexico. We work with that particular group weekly, bringing in dogs and cats from Lordsburg and Farmington and Ruidoso and Juarez, Mexico and El Paso. And Ursula was one that she came to us, and we've actually had to do quite a few x-rays. She's got some soft tissue damage in her lower legs, so she walks a little slower sometimes. So she may have a little bit of a slower gait, but that doesn't stop how much she wants to love. She's just the sweetest thing. And then, my poor Midas. He was actually part of a hoarding case in Sandoval County in the rural area. There were 60 dogs on the property. We were able to take in 4. Those 4, all 4 of them had something called Ehrlichia, which is it's a disease that ticks spread. So he had been infested with ticks, and it's a bloodborne disease. So he had to go on antibiotics for a long period of time. He also was covered in Demodex mange, so he was pretty bald. Demodex, it's not contagious, but it's skin mites that, because his nutrition was so poor, it attacked him. And
because like humans, dogs need proper nutrition.
Absolutely, and not to be in the sun though all day long. And he spent a good part of his life just outside. And so he doesn't. Well, he loves people.
He loves you.
He doesn't necessarily know how to socialize with other dogs. He doesn't understand how to play. He wants to play so badly, but he doesn't get it. Like he thinks barking and kind of like jumping at him is playing, and the other dogs are like, bro, that's not how we do things. And so we're slowly working with him now to get him to understand proper socialization, like how to interact. So while he might stay with us a little longer, we're totally committed to, now that his mange is gone and his fur is looking so good.
That's so good. Yeah,
and his eye infection's gone and he's cleared from Ehrlichia. So now it's just behavioral and letting him learn how to be a dog. As a no-kill shelter, we're committed. It doesn't matter if he stays with us 2 weeks or 10 years. However long he needs to stay with us, he'll stay with us until we find that just the right house that's going to love him for who he is.
And now, we take you to Southeast Asia for Python Belly Dancing.
Yes.
So at the main facility, we have about 80 dogs and about 40 cats in all the different stages we have sanctuary cases that will live with us forever. They are never going to be adopted.
And why is that?
Some of them are, it's behavioral. They know our team and they know our volunteers and they're safe and happy there. They don't do strangers. They don't, and sometimes the public doesn't always want to listen to some of our advice when it comes to, hey, this dog's not a dog park dog. It's not a walk around the neighborhood dog. She needs to be in her own backyard, in her own house, and that's it.
Right.
And if they don't want to, that's okay. We would rather keep them with us and let them live their best life with us. And we also have animals that were left to us in estates. People pass away and you don't think about it when, like, in our age group, we don't think about what could happen to Midas if I dropped him.
We're all that they have.
Yeah. But a lot of times when people pass away, there's nothing left in place. So they end up in a municipal shelter. They end up, oh, well, my niece is going to take care of them. My niece doesn't really want another dog, or your family lives out of state. So we have people that put provisions in. So if they do pass, their animals come to us, and we abide by whatever they want. If they need to live with us forever, awesome. They will live with us forever in their own cottages and their own runs. You want to put them up for adoption? And my team will find them the best home to live out however many years they have left. But at the property right now, like I said, about 80 dogs, 40 cats, and then our phenomenal foster program. Oh,
yeah,
great.
Tell me more about that.
Oh, I love fostering. If you don't have time, you love puppies, but you don't want to adopt a puppy, you don't have time for it, well, you could have a forever puppy and foster. So you would always have a new puppy in your house. So you would never have to have an adult dog. You could always have a puppy. We have puppy fosters and hospice care where it's end of life. The pet, I know, you're not hospice, where we don't know how long they have left. So these hospice fosters open their homes for however long it is. So at least they know that soft bed and love for however, could it be days, could it be months? Oh, it
makes me teary-eyed.
I couldn't do it. I could not 100% do hospice care. But we have some hospice fosters, man, that have been taking care of some seniors for years because they're not adoptable pets anymore. And that's okay, but they still get to have a house.
How long does it take for an animal from Watermelon Ranch to find their forever homes?
It really varies. Puppies fly out the door. Everyone wants a puppy. Puppies are cool, they're fun, they're playful, like puppies are great. Our large breed typically stay with us 6 weeks to 2 months for the most part. More social ones, like Ursula, who's social, like friendly, she's great. But then we have...
She's comfortable in front of a camera.
Yeah, she's just chilling. But then we'll have pit bulls that stay with us for years. We have a Rottweiler mix named Holly that's been with us 8 years now. She only likes mellow male dogs. She doesn't like children. She really is hesitant around men in general. So it's hard to find a family where it's going to be a single lady or a couple of ladies that are a little older, but they also can't have grandchildren, or like strangers that come over. And we know that she's hard to place, but that's okay. The volunteers absolutely adore her. So she still gets her walks and her pets and her playtime. She has her own cottage at the facility. So she has a kiddie pool during the summer. So she's living her dream until we do find that really particular home that's going to be okay with her quirks.
Make sure to check out Watermelon Ranch's social media so you can see all the pets that are in need of your help. You can get involved as a foster parent, short-term or long-term. There's so many ways to help improve these animal lives and yours.
Absolutely.
Dogs love playing fetch. They love chasing after moving objects, especially tennis balls. They do this because it's all about instincts. In the past, they were taught to do this to hunt, but now playing fetch is all about having fun. Go get it!
Has COVID had an impact on any of your adoptions?
So we were scared when COVID happened. We didn't know what was going to happen for us. Could we still do adoptions? Could we continue some of our life-saving work? Could we do it?
Right.
And as the world shut down, we were amazed by the homes that opened up. With everyone staying home, it was, oh, I can foster. My kids are all home too. I can take puppies. I can take a litter. I can take kittens. I can take cats. I can take medical cases. And because of the public support, we didn't have to turn down a single life-saving mission in the last year. We were able to still take in thousands of animals that were in need from all across the Southwest. And it was really humbling to see the support, to see when people may have been struggling to get their own dog food or their own stuff, they're still bringing it out for us because our need never stopped. We were really fortunate to stay vital, to stay essential. But when the mall shut down, that was 25 dogs we had to find different placement for because we have our adoption center there. And the fosters came forward. I was amazed. One foster took in the 3 oldest Chihuahuas that all had to be adopted together. Like these 3 old little crotchety men that didn't have no teeth, that like are not an easy placement. And within 6 weeks of the shutdown, they found the best home. The public has been amazing. The donations have continued to come in, and they've allowed us to continue. That even while the gates might have been closed to the public, our gates were still open to the animals that needed us. And it's been the best thing to watch the support and to not have to turn anyone down.
I'm Habib Madison, also known as Madam Habib, and this is Smog the dragon. She's huffing right now, which means she's a little like, hey, what are you doing? And she's a diamond jungle carpet python, about 5 years old. And she's kind of originally from Australia, her mother and grandmother. She weighs about, I don't know, 10 to 15 pounds. Is that crazy? She's about as round as a baseball bat. I wanted to go big because my first snake was about that big around and 5 feet, a king snake. And so she listened, but she was only supposed to be 6 feet, but she's a cross. So the females on, I think it's the diamond side, the coastal side, they're like 9 feet long, and that's what she listened to. And they'll always try to go up because they're partial arboreal, that's partial tree dwelling. So I have been belly dancing since 1993, and I've been snake dancing for 10 years, but with her just 5. Hope you had fun and liked our little gig.
What are some ways in which people can volunteer? What are the requirements? What's the process like for volunteering?
Absolutely. Volunteers are our lifeblood. Between all of our facilities, we have 19 staff members, and that includes myself. It's split between our store in Bernalillo, our adoption center inside of Cottonwood Mall, our 10-acre facility. So we all wear lots of hats.
So there's
to make
3
it work.
wings of Watermelon
Yes,
Ranch?
and that doesn't include, then we have like adoption centers and PetSmarts and other things also. So volunteers make it possible. They get to come out and socialize our shy dogs or take dogs like Ursula out for a walk. They take our long-term dogs. These long-term dogs know they're volunteers. They know that, oh, it's Joanne. Joanne's here. Joanne's going to take me for a walk. Like, let's go for a walk. So the volunteers...
Joanne.
Exactly. It's Wednesday. But they get to walk the dogs. They get to do bath time. Like, we have baths that the dogs can get baths during the summer. We have this amazing cattery that's about the size of the studio, but it's split on sides. It has this huge screen porch area. Wow. So the cats get to free roam. They're not in little kennels. They're not in stainless steel like little areas. They have a house of their own that they get to go sun themselves on the porch and then go into the back where their cat trees and their food and their water is. So volunteers get to play with cats. Like, volunteers get to do all the really fun stuff. They can come to special events. I host a lot of our special events around town. I love when the volunteers come out to, you get to go in the puppy pen. You are my puppy ambassador for the day. So our junior ambassadors will come and just sit in the puppy pen and play with the puppies and clean up after them for 2 or 3 hours. Like, it's the best way to spend an afternoon.
Hey, everybody, come out and volunteer, especially if you love watermelon and animals. You can always learn more information at wmranch.org. We'd love to see you out on a walk with little Ursula. Do you have any upcoming opportunities for volunteers or events where we can meet more of your amazing animals?
Absolutely. We always encourage where Midas is actually going to be going shortly is to our small breed shy dog adoption center inside of Cottonwood Mall. Okay. We get to take the dogs down to the dog park at the mall, and we need volunteers to monitor playtime and just let them run around and beat dogs and have the sunshine and do all that cool stuff. Put them on a leash, get their little Adopt Me bandanas, and walk them around the mall. You never know if that forever family is going to be hanging out to find their baby at the mall.
If you have some free time this summer, make sure you check out the Watermelon Ranch branch in the Cottonwood Mall. You can walk some of these adorable dogs and help them find forever homes.
Whoa, I'm sweaty. Speaking of sweat, did you know that dogs don't sweat like we do? Whew, and it's a good thing too. Where do you think dogs sweat? Is it A, behind their ears, B, on their paws, or C, on their bellies? If you said B, you are correct, on their paws. That's why dogs pant to keep cool. And it's really important to keep your pup nice and cool on a hot summer day.
So Midas here has other puppy friends. And do you guys offer kittens or horses or any sort of other animals?
Our Catteries, our feline program, it's so cool. The cats get to still be socialized and be cats. They get to play on cat trees. They get to run around, and we have these grapevines that grow along the side of our cattery at the main facility, where the cats get to watch the birds, like take the grapes off, and they just get to bird watch, and it's the coolest thing. Our adoption center inside of PetSmart on Coors Bypass, that's our kitten adoption center. That's where our kittens, kitten season is definitely, we're gonna play now, okay. Kitten season has definitely started, so we have kittens all over the place. One of the dreams for our founder, Sophia, Lee passed away in 2010, but she has had a long-standing dream of a horse rehab, to be able to have, youth with special needs or adults with
Awesome.
yeah, exactly. Like to be able to have this center where they can do therapeutic riding and stuff like that. That's one of our long-term kind of donation goals. We're also working on a chapel where if you want to have your pet's ashes interned, and have this memorial garden that's just a really peaceful place for people to be able to go and reminisce on their pets or their loved ones, or one day have like small weddings. Like we
That's
really
really
want to
thoughtful.
develop our property so it's, again, all who enter find love. So be it your present pet or your dog that passed away, to be able to have a remembrance, a place to be able to go back and spend time with them.
Oh, that's wonderful. So how can our possum audiences donate to the Watermelon Ranch?
Always going to our website, wmranch.org. We have so many different donation programs that people can donate directly to. You can order things off of our Amazon wish list, just items that way are...
What is your Amazon wish list?
If you go to our website, wmranch.org, you can buy dog food, you can buy cat food, you can buy puppy pads. That way our funds can go to her x-rays or go toward all the medication that he's been on for the last 45 days. That way our money can go to where it's really needed rather than buying bleach or buying that kind of stuff. That's a great way. People can donate gently used blankets and towels. Sometimes little people can make a very large mess. So being able to have that extra stuff from the public, and even housewares with our resale store in the town of Bernalillo, it's like a Goodwill or a Savers, but all of the proceeds benefit our programs. So all the money really just goes to help out the dogs and cats in our care.
So clean out your closets and make sure you donate to the Watermelon Ranch.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Sarah Heffron. And thank you for all the amazing work you're doing with the rescues at Watermelon Ranch. Thanks for bringing adorable Midas and Ursula. Both of these pets are available for adoption, so please considering fostering them if you just want to get to know them, or if you are feeling like this could be your forever puppy, go ahead and adopt.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. Like I said, it is so nice to be able to get back out into public and actually talk about all the amazing things that we've been doing, and we really appreciate the support.
Oh, thank you. You guys are so wonderful.
so much, everybody, for watching Animal House. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Rebel Donuts, Taco 10, Lescombe Winery, and La Finca Bowls. And of course, a huge thank you to Watermelon Ranch.
Yay!
Thank you. See you next time. Bye.